Welcome. Today's story is titled Someone's Outside. The last call. Alex's car stopped at the edge of the dirt road, rain lashing mercilessly against the windshield. The city lights had long since disappeared, and the darkness here was thick, swallowing everything. There was no cell phone signal, and he was running out of gas. Alex sighed, muttering a quiet curse, then reached over to pull his jacket off the passenger seat. It was his only jacket, and it barely kept him warm in the bitter cold. I have to find a place to stay, he thought. After a short walk, he spotted the minaret of an old mosque, an abandoned building that looked as if it were about to collapse. The place was covered with climbing plants, and it seemed as if time had stopped there decades ago. Alex felt hesitant, as the building was intimidating, but the cold was even more severe. He decided to go inside. As soon as he opened the heavy wooden door, he felt a wave of cold air hit him, mixed with the smell of dust and mold. The darkness inside the mosque was even deeper. He could hardly see anything. He took out his phone and turned on the flashlight to illuminate the corners. The main room was spacious, the windows were broken, and glass was scattered on the floor. Alex decided to spend the night in one of the less damaged corners. He sat on the floor, leaning his back against the cold wall. He tried to close his eyes, but every sound outside irritated him. The sound of the wind whistling through the holes in the walls and raindrops seeping through the corroded roof. After a while, he heard a faint sound coming from outside the mosque. It was a whispering sound, as if echoing in the air. Just the wind, he whispered to himself, but the sound became clearer and closer. It was like a light scratch on the outer wall. Alex startled and opened his eyes wide. The dim light of his phone barely revealed the ghostly faces he imagined in the darkness. The scratching continued, followed by a light knocking, as if someone was trying to open the door. Alex slowly got up and headed for the door. He stopped before reaching it, hesitating. "Who's there?" he asked in a low voice. There was no answer, only the silence that precedes a storm. Then he heard another sound, this time behind him, as if someone was breathing next to him. Alex's blood ran cold. There had been no one behind him a moment ago. He turned slowly, his heart pounding wildly. In the thick darkness, he couldn't see anything. He tried to scream, but the words wouldn't come out of his throat. Suddenly, he felt a cold touch on his shoulder. It wasn't a hand, it was more like a shadow, but it was so cold that it penetrated his coat. Alex screamed this time and ran toward the door as fast as he could. He opened it and rushed outside, oblivious to the rain and cold. He didn't stop running until he reached his car, then sped off as fast as he could, leaving behind the cursed mosque and the voices he wasn't sure were real or just illusions. He kept remembering that cold touch. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest updates.